that you all are doing well. If you're not,
Yes.
we certainly hope that your day gets better,
Yep.
and we hope that we can help with that. I am Raymond Sharp. This is
Tanesha Sharp, and we're here to
Jump
jump in.
In. So we're excited about today's topic. It's something that we've been meaning to get to for a while. Today we're going to talk about not giving your family your scraps. Again, not giving your family your scraps. And if you are giving them your scraps, make sure they're the best scraps that you can give.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Thanksgiving.
Yes.
You
And we
know.
all got leftovers.
We all have leftovers. We all have some scraps of food that's left over. And
Yes.
there's certain scraps that do, and leftovers that do better with time than others.
Tastes better the next day.
Yeah, some things
Some
do
things taste better the next day.
and other things you might want to get rid of if they're not eaten that same day.
Yeah.
And what we want to encourage you all to do is get rid of some of the things that are left over from your day that are not good for your family. Many of us have jobs, we work, we have businesses, and every day we face challenging situations, and sometimes we give our families the scraps of our bad day. That can show up in the form of an attitude, being short with people. It can be in the form of, being a little impatient with people as well. These are the scraps I'm going to encourage you all to get rid of. And it can be challenging, juggling different things. We
Absolutely.
have, at times, challenging schedules. We have to work around multiple things. Sometimes the kids have to be two completely different places
At the same
time. and we're both trying to do what we
Feel
can.
stretched thin.
Yeah. Even in that, do your best to make the best out of every situation. But there's good scraps as well. Always bring home kindness. Don't
Yes.
overexert yourself throughout your day to the point that when you come home, you have nothing for your family. You want your children to have pleasant memories if you come at home. You want your spouse to experience the same. And, no matter what you have to do to make that happen for yourself, do that so that you can even be refreshed once you come home.
It's almost like setting your mind and preparing
Yes.
for yourself to come home. So with me, it's a little different because I'm home most of the day, and so even preparing myself, not allowing the kids to drain me all the way. We can talk about that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like even moms, with work and your children and all these hats that we wear, making sure even for our spouses that we're not giving them leftovers
Mm-hmm.
or we're so tired at the end of the day. And it can easily happen. It happens all the time. But it's a mindset you begin to take on. Okay, I know my husband's coming home, or I know that we're going to spend a certain amount of time this evening together, making sure I'm giving him the good parts of me. Does that make sense? And making sure that I am ready to meet every need that he may have, and vice versa. I mean, you do that for me.
Absolutely.
You make sure I'm good every evening. And I know life is, very, very stressful in your line of work. I mean, I know you got a lot going on, and it challenges me. It makes me want to be even better and, and give him my best or have enough left for him or you at the end of the day. And so I know this is a challenge, and that's why we wanted to bring it up, that we are more aware of what we're giving our spouses and our family at the end of our day.
Yeah, and we have to be very mindful and considerate that, no matter what we both have going on, we're still a unit, we're still together. Sometimes our kids have, challenges at school that we have to help with. I know these last few weeks have been challenging with our
Counseling,
kids. Yeah.
and, we're doing a lot.
Spend a lot of time just,
talking them through situations.
Even kind of like deprogramming negative things that's happened at school. We've had a number of different things happen. And I'll even, the situation with one of our kids, someone threatened to shoot him.
Yeah.
And, we had to deal with that, and keeping emotions, even kill with everybody involved. And stand on top of the school to make sure that, they did everything they're supposed to. The school did. They were awesome. They was phenomenal.
The school was awesome with handling that situation.
Yeah, that was they jumped quick, make sure everything was good. Our son was safe, and, we're very, very grateful for that. So I would say this, we have to work. Marriage is not just a verbal commitment. It sounds good, it looks good, but, we're committed to bringing the best out of one another.
Absolutely.
And one thing I always endeavor to do, I used to have like an after work routine that I used to do just about every day, just to kind of just to give myself time and space to separate my work day from me going home, to make sure that my attention is shifted from my clients to my family. now I don't have to do that anymore because I have my drive home from work
it's long.
It's longer than it used to be like 5 minutes. Now it's like, almost, 25 or 30 minutes. So I have time to kind of relax, debrief, let some things go. So when I come home, my even though I may be sleepy or tired from time to time, my wife and my children still have the good of me that's left over.
We really do. I mean, he's just not saying that. We really do. And it has challenged me to not, allow myself to be over, and even if I do get that tired, I'll take a moment, maybe take a bath or take some time to myself to get filled back up again. So I have some, to give my husband, because he deserves that. I mean, it's like, why go through a whole day serving everybody else and allowing everybody to pull on you? And then when your family needs to pull on you for, he may need to talk about something. I mean, whatever it is, you need to be able to be there and to be that sounding board or whatever he's needing, being available for him. And I'm just, it's been working for us. So that's why we're sharing it. If you feel challenged in that area, I encourage you to find whatever it is for you to feel poured back into, even as us women, whatever it takes, and just make sure you give him, even if it's a 30-minute something, giving him everything you got for 30 minutes, if that's all you have, but being intentional about it, and just being conscious and aware of what are you doing during those times that you guys, right before you go to bed or something like that, those times where he may want to talk or you may want to talk, or should we talk about this right now? Certain things we may not even need to talk about because it might ruin the mood. And what I'm trying to be more aware of is, because I know my husband's job his business is so stressful that I want this to be a place of peace. So I'm like, okay, I want the house clean. I want everything to be, I want to set a scene. I want to set up an atmosphere where he can relax and we can enjoy our evening. And then, he can, does that make any sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
I mean, you just got to know what your spouse needs. Now, you want to talk about the man cave? Because I know sometimes men, they may not want you to do, every man is different.
Everybody's different. You gotta understand the person that you with and what they need.
And study them.
Yeah, there's certain things. I remember when we first got married, I told my wife, like, look, you don't have to do that at all. That's not important to me. I know one thing in particular is like with food. When I come home, not that, my wife cooks, she does great, but I'm like, you don't have to cook. I'll be happy. Just get me something to eat. I'll tell you, I'm on my way home, like, hey, so you want anything? I'm like, nope, I'll get a bowl of cereal when I get home. And she may have cooked. And I have recently, over the last about 2 years, I've had to change my diet. So she really be like, hey, what do you need? This is what I made for the kids, but what do you want? If it's certain things I can have, certain things on borderline, she'll just say, hey, look, you might want to just pick you up something on the way home. I'm like, okay, and I'm fine with that. When it comes like, some men be like, I want my dinner on the table when I get home. That's not me at all. I have another set of things I'm expecting out of my, I want my other kids good. It's the homework done. I'm just a little different in that regard, but to each their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
I value very highly time with my wife.
Yeah, he does. And I know that.
Yeah, I value that extremely high. I don't want to come home and say, hey. He doesn't want to be
worried about the bills. He don't want to be worried about anything.
I want us to be able to come home and enjoy each other. That's one of my top priorities.
Yeah.
I like my kids being taken care of. They're good. Do they need anything? If they do, I jump in, help where I can. If not, then I move on to, hey, babe, you're good. What do you need? Anything that you need me to run out and get for you, it just.
Yeah, he does.
I just want to, I need my wife to be good. And I strive very much for that to occur. So to me, my wife is my priority. I would also say this, one thing that we did for a while, and we still do it from time to time, is that, we'll go to sleep early and then wake up in the middle of the night and then we'll talk.
Oh, yeah, we'll like take a nap.
We'll take a nap.
I mean, because if you need to do that, you need to do that. Just so you don't feel like, well, dog, he just fell asleep on me or she just fell asleep. We were like, you know what, let's take a nap real quick and then we'll get up and then we'll talk or whatever. We'll have our time. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do that. You just got to do what works. You gotta know your spouse. You gotta, and the thing about it is whatever his need is, or whatever those need is, focus is just like I know he likes to hang out. That's my focus. Okay, I already know he's gonna want to hang out. Okay, I'm gonna intentionally do things that, and sometimes I do like a lot of the busy stuff in the beginning of the day. You know, kind of just like manage your time in a sense, you know. But it's just so important just to make sure you're giving him what he needs, you know, and it's worked for us.
Yeah,
it's worked for us.
Yeah. Also, too, one thing that we do, we both try to outserve each other.
Yeah.
And whatever that looks like for you. So in that way, it's like, okay, how can I meet what may be a void, or how can I meet this need? And then she's turning around, she's doing the same thing for me. So that's the one way that I would say has been very beneficial to help us, you know, keep everything going.
Yeah, and if your spouse is not doing that, you know, you never know. Once you start doing certain things, that your spouse will catch on and be like, you know what, I'm about to step up and do that for you too, because, you know, I don't know, we try to outserve each other. Like, I'm always thinking about what can I do to make things easier for him, you know, and just staying focused on his needs. Like, not what I feel like he should want or what I think will be good for him, but what is he saying that he wants? You know, even us women, we are clear about what we want, and same thing with him. But also being considerate of, you know, I know a lot of women won't help, and if his job, you know, if he's kind of draining, you know, as far as around the house and stuff like that, you do that when you can. But some men may not jump in and do that, and being okay with the fact that maybe he's tired, or whatever season he's in. Maybe in this season he can't, you know, or if he used to and he stopped. I know.
I'm gonna share this. I had a conversation with someone a few weeks ago, and I don't think they would mind me sharing this. And who it is not important, but the end result of the conversation, I believe, is in regards to what you're saying.
Okay.
And you know, she was talking, and I preface this by saying, you know, you have to know your spouse.
Gotta know him.
Know your spouse. So she was talking to me, you know, it was me, her, and another gentleman. We was, you know, just talking, and she was like, you know, I can't stand when my husband just leaves. He'll come home from work and kind of like leave his shoes on the floor. And I said, what does he do after that? She said, he typically goes straight to sleep. And I said, listen, does he usually do that? She's like, no, but I have to, I ain't no, I'm not a maid. I'm not this and not that. And I said, listen, he's not saying I'm leaving this here for you to do. When he comes home, he's just that tired that he knows you don't like it, but he's too tired to do anything about it. And like understanding that, okay, if this is happening, what happened today, or what's going on with him, to the point that he doesn't have it in him to do nothing but that.
Especially if that's what he normally does. If he normally picks it up and does that, and it could be a season that he's in.
Yeah.
And we we gave a couple of different examples because there were different phases in our marriage where we did things different, and we probably gonna keep doing things different as we evolve and change and as we grow together. But these are some of the things that have been working for us, and you know, hopefully, you know, you can use them and it could be helpful for you in your relationship, not just with your spouse but with your kids.
Yeah, and as busy as we both are, I'm very grateful that I don't feel like she gives me the bad scraps. She doesn't give me the bad leftovers from her day, and I really try hard not to do that for her as well. So we hope that this is helpful.
Yes.
Enjoy your leftovers, enjoy the good scraps. But even as you're home with your family, if you all have time, you know, take this time to talk about, you know, some of the challenges, some of the issues, some of the things you want to work on, some of the things you may need your spouse help with. Don't ever feel like you can't ask for help in your relationship. And if you are fearful or unwilling to ask for help, I would say that you're part of the problem, because you have an issue that you're expecting someone to magically deal with that you never discussed. And that's not fair to the person that you're in a relationship with. I
will say this too, as we finish up, is when you are having a conversation with your spouse, focus the conversation, especially if there's stuff that you're trying to, like you say, let's talk through some issues and stuff. Focus on what you need to do to improve versus I'm going to point out what he needs to improve, the other person. Does that make sense? So start, you know, in your mind, okay, I'm entering into this conversation about not really necessarily about me, but it is about what I can do to make things better. And I think sometimes we want to enter into a conversation on what the spouse needs to be doing versus what you could be doing. And as I always say, I've always focused on what I can be doing, because there are so many things I could be doing better. And if you're honest, there are things you could be doing better, right?
Yeah, we all can.
We all can. And so I felt like that has helped us to not point fingers or not say who's doing what, because even if I do mention, oh baby, can you do this? You know, I might have to mention it once, but you heard me the first time. I don't have to keep repeating it.
No.
I'll say, you know, hey, do you mind, you know, helping me with this? He'll do it. Or if he doesn't do it, I know he has not forgotten. And so I'm not going to keep bringing it up. I'm not going to keep nagging him about that. I need to focus on what I need to do, because as I'm being better for him, he's going to be like, okay, what do I need to do to be better for you? If he loves you and he won't, and you guys are working as a team to make the household and each other work. But that's, I hope this helps.
Yeah.
Let us know. And that's all I have. You have anything else?
I'm good.
All right, y'all. Until next time. Well, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Have a happy holiday. And we'll be back soon. But if you have any questions, let us know. Inbox us. Let us know if there's anything that you want us to discuss in these videos that we have not talked about. And until next time, we want you to what?
Jump in.
Have a wonderful evening.
Y'all
Bye.
take care.